Let me get rid of these. I shouldn't need these. Hopefully not. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. This is Coach Steve, and today we're going to do a 9-exercise 3-round routine, 1-minute break in the middle. All you'll need today is some water, maybe a mat if you are in an outside environment and you want a mat. If not, carpet's fine. Whatever you got at home is good. So we're going to start today by doing a little bit of a warm-up. We'll do the routine, and then we'll have a little cool down in the end. Might be some background noise a little bit. There's some stuff going on here today. So, all right, let's go ahead and spin side to side. Warming up the shoulders. Get the ankles involved too. Really get a spin on those. If you've been doing some running, your ankles might be a little stiff. So rotating those out just to loosen them up a little bit as we go is good. Warming up the spine. All right, let's warm up the lower body a little bit, legs, hammies. Let's go ahead and do a half squat and a reach, and then a hip hinge and a reach, squat and a reach, hip hinge and a reach. Just alternate between those two things. All right, let's do a few more repeats of that. It's good to get those hamstrings warmed up a little bit as well. All right, let's put our hands in front. We're going to reach up to the side, chop it down towards your knee. Doing some wood chops here. Get some rotation. Reach all the way up to the side, down to your knee. Bend that knee a little bit. All right, let's switch. Go to the other side. All right, let's do a couple more repeats here and rest. All right, we're going to start on the ground today. We're going to do some fire hydrants to start. They're just like they sound. So go ahead and migrate yourself down to the ground. For this first exercise, if you're unable to get on the ground, go ahead and hold on to whatever plants you have in the backyard or in your house. And what we're going to do is bring our leg off to the side like that. So bring it up, bring it off to the side. So grab yourself something for stability and go ahead and do that. But for the rest of us, if you're able to get down onto the ground, hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. And ready, and go. So we're lifting our leg up, bringing it down, bringing the other leg up, bringing it down. So we're doing that sideways motion. We're working that IT band, that muscle called the TFL. We're working our hip flexors a little bit. This one's not super strenuous, but that muscle that we use to bring that leg up is very small, so it really can get fatigued really quickly. All right, 20 more seconds. All right, there we go, and rest. All right, we're getting back up to a standing position. All right, for this one, it's very similar to our warm-up exercise where we're doing wood chops. So get your legs a little bit further in hip distance, put your hands together. You can also hold a little dumbbell too to give you some weight. Reaching it up, chopping it down to the knee. All right, go ahead and do that. So if you need it to be a little more vigorous, add weight, add speed. And we'll switch halfway through here, so don't worry about switching quite yet. I'll let you know, I'll cue you to that. And switch. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Excellent. Next, we're going to do knee drives. So we're going to do a staggered stance for these. We're going to put our hands up in front of us, and we're going to drive our knee forward. So this ends up being part of a balance exercise. So if you need to hold on to something to do this, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get started. Drive the knee up, bring it back, drive it up. You can bring it across your body too. So that'll give you a little bit more rotation in the hips. Drive it forward. We're going to stay on that one leg. I'll tell you when to switch. And again, to make this more vigorous, increase that pace. Let's go ahead and switch. Put the other leg back and drive it across. Drive it forward. Drive it across. Drive it forward. All right, almost there. Don't forget to put a smile on your face. All right, excellent. For those of you that are able to get on the ground, go ahead and get on the ground and get on your belly. For those of you that cannot, we're going to do a full body extension. So from here, we're going to bring our arms back and stick our chest up. So from here, bring it back. For those of us that can get on the ground, arms out in front of you. Lift your arms up and your legs up. This is the Superman or Superwoman. Bring it up, hold it, bring it back down. Really working that lower back on this one. Nice and easy. Keep it going. 10 more seconds. This is a tough one to sustain for a whole minute. And rest. All right, back to a standing position. Remember, half the exercises here are getting up and down off the ground. We're going to do cross elbow, knee, elbow strikes. So we're bringing that elbow across our body. So pretend like there's somebody standing in front of you and you're putting that elbow right to their chin. All right. Try to get your hips involved. And again, anytime we do these fight moves, if you've been with me before, we want to keep them snappy. If you just kind of do it very lazily, then you're not going to get very much muscular action out of it. So snap it. Snap it. Snap. Snap. Get the torso involved. Get the rotation on your spine as well. And get those hips involved as well. So get that turn and smack. Turn, smack. All right, and rest. Back down on the ground. If you're unable to get on the ground for this one, you are going to start from this position and kick your leg back. All right, those of us who can get on the ground, go ahead and do that. And we're going to do donkey kicks. So from this position, we're kicking straight out. Engage the glutes each time. Bring them back in. Engage the glutes. Bring it back in. All right, bring it back, bring it down, snap it out, bring it down. All right, 15 seconds. Really engage those glutes each time you kick. And rest. Excellent, we're back up to our feet. All right, we're doing a transverse X touch. All right, so we're gonna put our arms up. We're gonna bring our arm down, touch our foot if we can, or our knee, or our shin, wherever we can go. Bring it down the other side. All right, if you need this to be more intense, pick up the pace on that rotation. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, back down to the ground. This one's crazy today. Lots up and downs. You can do this off of a table or a wall as well. We're going to do some rotational planks. Go ahead and start with the plank first. Then rotate it up if you can. Get down. Hey, Isaac. All right, nice rotations each time. But if you can't do the rotation, just keep it in that plank position. If you need to go to a knee plank, you can do that too. That's a little bit harder to rotate on, but it'll more closely concentrate onto that twisting motion on your spine when you do that. So remember, when we come up to this rotational plank, if you notice on my body, shoulders, hips, and ankles are all in a straight line. That's what we're looking for this one. All right, and rest. All right, back to our feet. This is exercise number 9. So we'll have a 1-minute break after this one. And we're gonna do mogul jumps. So just go ahead and get started just doing like a pogo stick jump. And then you can go side to side. If you're unable to jump, just keep those feet very close together and just do a tight-legged squat for this. All right, if you can put a little bit of hop into it, that's going to be better because you're going to help with your bone mineral density when you do hit the ground, because it's a lot harder impact and your bones need exercise too. So when you do that, making that impact on your legs is going to send a signal to your bones to build and be stronger. So each time you do one of those jumps, doesn't have to be high, it's going to help you with your bone mineral density. All right, and rest. Okay, we got 1 minute break in between sets here. So go ahead and grab yourself a drink. Take some deep breaths.
Hi.
I teach a class.
Sorry. Thanks for showing me how to do it.
All right, let's get down on the ground. Have to run and get my water here. We are doing our fire hydrants. So from here, lift that leg up, bring it down nice and slow. Whew. Running up steps got me a little winded. Don't usually run up steps that fast. All right, here we go. Working that little muscle along your hip. They're called the tensor fascia latae. TFL. Go ahead and order that at Starbucks next time you go. See what they say. All right, and go ahead and stand up. We got our wood chops next. So again, to make these more intense, go ahead and hold a dumbbell or pick up the pace or do both. Really get rotation on your spine. Ready and go. So a good target to look at when you do this is look at your hands when you do this. When you're up here, that's going to cause your spine and torso to turn almost 90 degrees. And then when you come back this way, you're almost 90 degrees the other direction. So bring it up and bring it down. Bring it up, bring it down. All right, switch. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. Excellent. Next, we're doing knee drives. So again, if you need to hold on to something, go ahead and do that. But we're starting from here, bringing that knee up or bringing that knee across. Okay, try both of those as you go. Ready and go. We'll switch halfway through. Going across your body gives you a little more action in your torso. But change it up a little bit. Let your body get used to doing different things. "15 seconds. Let's switch. Whoops. I'll make it up to you next time. Switch those legs. Happens. And rest. All right, excellent. Next, we're doing super people. So if you're able to get on the ground, go ahead and do that. If you're unable to get on the ground, you're gonna put your hands on your knees, bring your arms back, and extend. Extend everything. All right, let's do it. 30 seconds, you can make it. Really working that lower back, building that strength. If you sit a lot, this is a great exercise to do to help your back strength. All right, back to our feet. It's getting a little hot here. So remember, for this one, snapping our elbow forward, twisting that torso each time, ready and go. And you can make this harder by going faster and really digging deep down, throwing that elbow. Remember, we're trying to aim that elbow at somebody's chin. So when you throw it, try to be accurate with where that elbow goes. You can work your coordination by putting your hand there and smacking that hand with your elbow. So keep it going faster and faster if you're able to get more out of this exercise. We got 10 seconds. You can do it. And rest. All right, we're down on the ground for donkey kicks. And again, if you're not able to get on the ground, kick that leg straight back from a standing position. Ready? And go. Really tighten those glutes up each time you kick it out. You got this, keep it up. 15 seconds. Tighten those glutes each time. And rest. All right, back up to our feet. We're doing our cross X touch. So arms up in the air. We're bringing that arm down as far as we can to hit as low on our leg or to our foot as we can on this one. Ready and go. If you need to make this harder, go ahead and pick up the pace. Grab yourself some 2-pound weights and you can rotate them that way too. Bring it up, rotate it down. You should be able to go a little bit lower on your leg this time, because you should be a little bit more warmed up than you were before. Your joints should be a little more lubricated. Don't forget to smile. It's an important part of this exercise routine. 10 seconds, you got this. And rest. All right, we got rotational planks next, so get into your plank position wherever that happens to be. Whether that's knee plank or full plank, ready and go. Remember, when you rotate, keep that straight line between your shoulders, hips, and ankles. And again, if you need assistance on this one, do an elevated plank, or you can do a wall plank. Wherever you need to go to make this happen for yourself. 20 seconds. You can make it. And rest. All right, our last exercises are mogul jumps. So again, mogul jump side to side. If you're not 100% with your balance, go ahead and just do these tight kneed squats or tight foot squats. So dip it down, bring it back up. All right, but if you're able to jump, please do that. It's only going to benefit you. All right. It's getting warm here. Maybe not warm, but humid. All right, you got this. 30 seconds. You can twist a little bit too if you're into that. Let your muscles work a little bit different. We got 10 seconds left. And rest. All right, we got 1 minute break in between. Grab yourself a drink. Lower your heart rate a little bit. Get ready for the third round, the last round for today. Remember, as usual, if you have time for 1 round, do 1. If you have time for 2 rounds, do 2. Whatever you need to do to make this work for you is what you need to do, okay? So, shorter, longer. If you need to even do more sessions, you can rewind this back to the beginning. Start it all over again. All right, we are doing fire hydrants first. If you're going on the ground, go ahead and do that. If you're not, remember to hold on to something, lift the leg up and rotate. And start. Whew. If you even want to get more out of this exercise, you can actually lower your leg slower than when you lift it up. And that will give you some more resistance, just gravity resistance as you come down. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. So this is definitely one you don't need to do faster. All faster is going to do is give your legs a little bit more time to rest. But when you bring it down nice and slow, it requires more muscular strength. All right, we are back to our feet for wood chops. All right, I had a little wardrobe change here. So I'm a little bit cooler for the last set. Oh, we got a little hummingbird here. Whoop, whoop. All right, hands together, up to the side and chop. We're gonna chop both ways. But I'll tell you when to switch. I'll be a little more attentive to that this time than the last time. All right, we got this. Switch. All right, 5 seconds and rest. All right, nice work. We got our knee drives next. So start on the other leg that you did last time. We're going to try to even this out this time. Remember to hold on to something if you need to. We're going to do a knee drive and go. And we can go across too. Bring it across, bring it forward. That way it'll give us a little bit more exercise to more muscles in our legs, especially that plant leg. All right, 5 more seconds on this leg and switch. All right, you got this. And rest. All right, we got our Superman next, Superwoman. So if you want to get on the ground, you can do that. If you're unable to get on the ground, this will serve the same purpose. We're going to bend over a little bit and extend. So from the front, it looks like this, and extend. All right, you can get started. Now for this one, we're trying to get our thighs off the ground a little bit, so we're really balancing on our torso the whole way. So I know it's hard to see, but lifting up, bringing it down.
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. Are you able to run some like water?
Can you knock on the front door and have her do it? I'm teaching class. Thanks. All right, and rest. All right, up to our feet. We're doing our elbow crack next. So again, keep it nice and snappy. Remember, the faster you snap at this, the better it's going to be for your muscular strength. So really twist and snap. You don't have to hit your hand with your elbow. I'm just doing that to kind of give myself a target. But we want to make sure that we try to get that elbow right in front of our chin, because if we're in close hand-to-hand combat and we need to get somebody off of us, and smack them right in the chin. So we only have that, this is really close combat. So hopefully you never need to do that, but getting a little practice doesn't hurt. And rest. Okay, we got donkey kicks next. So if you need to continue to stand, go from here, kick the leg back, and bring it down nice and slow. All right. For those of you that get on the ground, go ahead and get onto all fours, kick it up. All right, 30 seconds. Really tighten those glutes each time you kick. and rest. All right, we are back to our feet. We're gonna do our windmill touches. So arms up, rotate down as far as you can. You should be able to rotate a little bit more than you did before. You should be able to get down a little bit lower than you did before. Because at this point, everything should be nice and warm, loosened up. More flexibility, the warmer that you are. And rest. All right, we got our rotational planks next. So again, you can do those off the ground or off a piece of furniture or the wall. Whatever you choose to do is fine, whatever your fitness level is. Ready? And go. You can open those fingers nice and wide when you get up there. We don't exercise our fingers very often, but open them up nice and wide. All right, we're back to our feet. So our last exercise is our mogul jumps. Ready and go. Don't forget that if you're unable to jump, keep those legs nice and tight and do squats with your legs together. Okay? You can even twist it a little bit if you want to add a little bit more, if you feel confident in doing that. Give it a twist, bring it back up. Twist, bring it back up. All right, 25 seconds and we'll stretch it out. And rest. All right, we did it. Good job. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. All right. We are going to interlock our fingers, get our legs a little further in hip distance, stretch all the way up. Get a good stretch in your torso, all the way up through your arms, through your fingers. Take some really deep breaths, open up your lungs. Let's lean over to the side. Try to keep your body squared up. Go down the other side. All right, let's put your hands on your hips. Let's rotate your legs and your hips. Don't forget to smile. Switch directions. Think of something you're grateful for today. Maybe it's just getting in front of the screen so you can get your movement in. Don't forget you can use this for movement. You can use this for exercise. You can use this for HIIT training. Whatever you need it for, that's what it's for. So when you use it for HIIT training, you just make it a lot harder and go faster. If you need it for flexibility, you just keep it nice and low level and keep it smooth. All right, let's roll out our shoulders. Almost done here. Really expand the chest, pinch the shoulder blades, then expand the shoulder blades, pinch the chest, rotate it around. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and stretch our neck a little bit. So I want you to start from the side, drop it forward, roll it to the other side, not all the way back. Just roll it forward, 180 degrees. You don't want to roll it all the way back, especially if your neck is sensitive. You can really start to compress those vertebrae in the back. Just keep it nice and smooth. All right, let's roll out the wrists a little bit. Really stretch those tendons and muscles right around your wrist and your hands. All right, thank you so much for coming today. If you have any questions, just let me know. No matter where you get this, you'll be able to get a hold of me. And I hope to see you next time. This is Coach Steve.